Hello students. So we continue further our discussion on aphorisms. So let's see what is 246th aphorism. It describes the rules of repetition. So a clear-cut indication is given that as long as amelioration is progressing, medicine is acting and doing good. Till that time, repetition is not done. So, as long as there is amelioration, don't repeat. Remedy brings cure in acute and chronic diseases. Important is the rapid cure brought readily. If first point, medicine is selected and perfectly homeopathic. And second point, medicine is highly potentized, dissolved in water, small doses. So it is a minute dose. So medicine is similimum, it is in dynamic form, it is a single remedy. For quickest cure, the degree of every dose must deviate from the former. And vital force is changed to vital principle, indicates vital energy to be corrected by similar disease which is not allowed to give any violent reaction. So what is important here is as long as there is amelioration, it means medicine is acting and doing good and repetition is not done. Okay, so till that time don't repeat. So as long as the amelioration is continuous, don't repeat. Okay. So if you see ideal cure, the first word Dr. Henneman uses is rapid. So the importance is given to the rapid cure, which is brought if the remedy is homeopathic, and second, if the medicine is highly potentized, dissolved in water and small doses. So small dose means minute dose is given. For quickest cure, the degree of every dose deviates from the former. Means the second dose should be in slightly higher dynamic form than the previous. The vital principle which is disturbed in the state of disease is now given the similimum but not allowed to give any violent reaction. So there should not be any aggravation. Why? Because the disease symptoms are matched with the symptoms of the remedy. Hence, you are giving a similimum. So it should be just stronger, just sufficient to stimulate this vital force. And it should be slightly higher than the similar disease to prevent the violent reaction. So, rules of repetition, the most important is as long as there is amelioration, don't repeat. Okay, and give a similimum in dynamic form in the single dose to avoid any violent reaction. So, we go further. See the footnote of rules of repetition. To prevent the undesirable aggravations of vital energy, Dr. Henneman experimented for last 4-5 years after 5th edition. So the 5th edition came in 1833 and last edition he wrote 6th edition in 1842, but it was published in 1921. So the last 4 to 5 years from 6th edition, he said that he solved this problem completely. Which problem? That after prescription of the similimum, there was aggravation. So he solved this problem completely and he named it as new altered but perfected method. The remedy now can be given for days together. This is a new dynamization method. Remember that deep acting remedies cannot be given in repetitions, otherwise it causes aggravation. So here, but Dr. Henneman's new altered perfected method can, in this way, remedy can be given for days together. This is a new dynamization method, and this is Dr. Henneman named it as LM potency, describing further into 70th aphorism. And what is the purpose of this new altered method is nothing but for rapid cure. So to cure in the shortest way rapidly, Dr. Henneman is now advocating the LM potency, which he calls it as new altered method, but perfected method. Come to 247th aphorism, the rules of repetition. For rapid cure, remedy must be changed in potency before repetition. So let's see what Dr. Henneman tells us. It is impractical to repeat the same unchanged dose of the remedy and do the frequent repetition. So giving the same potency repeatedly is not correct. So giving the same potency repeatedly is not correct. Vital force does not accept the unchanged potency of the remedy without resistance. Why? See, the former dose has done all its good it can do, and the second dose given does not find the same condition of vital force. So, if the first dose was able to remove, say, 2 symptoms out of 8, and you are giving the second same dose, then it is the condition has changed, and now vital force is in the better stage, and now only few symptoms are remaining as first dose has been able to remove few symptoms. So the condition is changed, and here Dr. Henneman gives us the instructions that the potency should be changed. The second dose must be changed before you prescribe. So second unchanged dose may make patient more sicker. So if you have not changed the dose, it may not do any good to the patient. The first dose was beneficial and it has removed few symptoms. Hence, the second dose was no longer matching now and produced non-homeopathic symptoms, and no cure takes place. So, what is Dr. Henneman's instructions now? That the second dose must be given, it should be slightly changed. It should not be that the first dose should be given as a second dose. So it should be slightly higher than the previous. So the dose must be changed. Remedy must be changed in potency before the repetition. Repetition means you are giving the second dose and you must change the dose. So 247th is giving you the instructions that the dose must be changed. So remember, it is impractical to repeat the same unchanged dose of the remedy and do the frequent repetitions. Both are wrong. Okay, so now Dr. Henneman is giving the instructions and guidelines to us about this new method, new altered method, new dynamizations, and let's see further. What is the footnote is giving? 247. For rapid cure, the remedy must be changed in potency each time it is given. The remedy must be changed in the potency each time. Whenever you are giving the remedy, change its potency slightly. If the succeeding means the second dose changes slightly and may be potentized somewhat higher, then the vital principle is altered without difficulty. The abnormal sensations diminish, bringing rapid cure. The abnormal sensations diminish, bringing the rapid cure. So all these from 246 onwards, the Dr. Henneman is giving the instructions that homeopath should learn to bring the rapid cure. In the footnote, he says one pallet means small rounded mass of substance that is called as globules. One pallet of the same potency was beneficial, then the second dose, even if taken dry or dissolved in water and was potentized, does not prove beneficial. So, one pallet of the same potency was beneficial first. It has done its good job. Good job means patient is ameliorated in some symptoms. And if second dose is taken dry or dissolved in any ways and it was potentized but does not prove beneficial. Does not prove beneficial. Every dose in its dynamization, if modified, then even if it is repeated frequently. So every dose in its dynamization, if modified, then can be repeated frequently. The best selected medicine removes the morbid disorder from vital energy and extinguishes the disorder. The best selected medicine removes the morbid disorder from the vital energy and extinguishes the disorder. So every dose must be modified, must be changed to somewhat higher potency. So what is the rule? Now Dr. Henneman has removed this problem of aggravation and you can repeat the deep acting remedy frequently. So the purpose is solved and the next dose which you are giving of the indicated remedy must be slightly higher than the previous dose. Thus it brings the rapid cure. 248 aphorism, the rules of repetition. The new dynamization changed the potency each time. So the same point, the change the potency each time. Potentize a new medicinal solution with 8 to 10 or 12 succussions. Give patient one or several teaspoonful daily or even second day or in acute disease every 2 to 6 hours and in most urgent cases every hour. In chronic diseases, the similimum can be repeated for months with success. Add to the next solution one or several pellets of same medicine if still indicated and continued so long as patient is getting improvement. If remaining disease symptoms are altered, then next remedy is indicated. So, what is it? In chronic disease, similimum can be repeated for months with success. Because of this method, that every second dose is slightly changed to the higher potency, the deep acting remedy can be repeated for in the chronic disease for months. Now, add to the next solution one or several pellets of same medicine if still indicated and patient will give you improvement. And if some remaining disease symptoms are now changed, That means totality is changed, then the another remedy is indicated. But modify the dose with succussions. If in chronic disease the remedy is given daily, then homeopathic aggravation takes place at the end of the treatment. So actually the aggravations are avoided by this method, but if at all it takes place, it is at the end of the treatment. What are Sheen's symptoms which are described again in 248 aphorism? It's a long aphorism, so I have divided it into parts. The medicinal disease due to overdosing of the remedy only persists. The doses now repeated at longer intervals or stopped for several days. The apparent symptoms caused due to the excess of the doses of medicine soon disappear. So the apparent symptoms which are caused due to excess of the dose. So what has happened? There is over repetition of the remedy. So there is the medicinal disease takes place due to over repetition. These are the apparent symptoms caused due to the excess of the dose, and these are not the symptoms of the natural disease, hence the name apparent symptoms. They soon disappear as the action of the medicine gets exhausted. What are Sheen's symptoms? These are the apparent symptoms. These are the symptoms of medicine. They soon disappear and the health is coming back again. If only one globule is dissolved in 1 gram of bottle, which is used and then added alcohol, which is then succussed, even by olfaction, every 2 to 4 to 6 days, should be given by should not be given without succussion, or it should be given with succussions each time. So the point here is, even though you are giving the medicine by the route of olfaction, then also the second dose must be given after succussion, means the second dose you are again giving in slightly higher dynamization, slightly higher potency. So only the point is, even if you are giving the remedy by olfaction way, then also the second dose must be succussed before giving the to the patient. See the footnote, rules of repetition again, the new dynamization method. So 48, 38 to 20, 15, 8 tablespoons of water with addition of alcohol or piece of charcoal which is removed before succussion. So this is the water and alcohol are taken. See the exact method of preparation of this LM potency is discussed afterwards. What is given in this footnote, that we will see. Take a globule. Rarely it is necessary to take more than one globule. So take a globule of thoroughly potentized medicine in 7 to 8 tablespoonfuls of water. Give succussions. Take now 1 tablespoon of water and put 7 to 8 tablespoons of water in it. Stir thoroughly and give 1 tablespoon of water to the patient. If he is sensitive, then put 1 teaspoonful of this solution and put it in the second glass of water, thoroughly stirred, and the teaspoonful dose is given, and so on. The globule of high potency is crushed in sugar of milk and dissolved in water. So the point is that every dose is in the dynamized form. So the first, the potency, the globule is taken of that potency and put it in water, say 7 to 8 tablespoonfuls of water. They are stirred thoroughly and give this 1 tablespoon of water to the patient. If he is sensitive, then put this 1 teaspoon of 2 teaspoonful of this solution and put it in the second glass of water, thoroughly stirred, and this teaspoonful dose is given, and so on. So each time the succussions are given so that the potency becomes slightly higher. The medicinal aggravation in 249th aphorism. New symptoms are seen. This indicates the administration of the remedy is wrong. This remedy is not capable of curing. This remedy is not the similimum. It is improper remedy. Give the antidote to the newly prescribed remedy. This is called as medicinal aggravation. So, medicinal aggravation means symptoms of the medicine start appearing. It means that the medicine is wrong. This is called as medicinal aggravation. See the footnotes given. The dose of the medicine can scarcely be made so small to effect the amelioration, otherwise it won't act. So this is given in 275 to 278 aphorism. If no improvement or slight aggravation ensues, old school repeats the dose thinking it was a weak medicine, not effective. So they increase the dose. So every new symptom indicates unsuitable medicine but not the weak dose. Suppose there are a new symptoms, it indicates unsuitable medicine, but it does not mean that the dose is weak. The footnote 2, the physician who has knowledges and he is well informed and conscientious, he will not require antidote in practice. He will use small dose. So here the 2 points are there. The medicinal aggravation takes place if the remedy is wrong. And if, but don't think that the dose was weak. The minute dose is not the weak dose. Minute dose is the dose which is given just sufficient to stimulate the vital force. The physician who has knowledges and he is well informed, he is conscientious, he is doing his duty properly, will not require antidote in the practice because he will use the small doses. Okay, so this was a presentation for Sheen symptoms, medicinal aggravations, and what is the importance of the dose. The dose should be small and minute, and of course the new method, the most perfected method, new dynamization means what, that the next potency should be higher than the previous. So this was all for today's discussion. Thank you.